And racism is absolutely unacceptable. And of course there is racism. And what we mustn't do is dial that up. And that's what we see from the likes of Reform.
After this Sky debate, it seems Reform's head of policy, YUSUF, had a bit of a wobbly. This from Scottish National. YUSUF, the party's head of policy, represented Reform on a cross-party Sky News debate on Wednesday night, which descended into a shouting match after the cameras stopped rolling. At the end of the programme, an audience member could be heard saying that YUSUF should be ashamed of himself before the feed cut off. YUSUF responded by shouting back at the audience, accusing them of being biased, with host Trevor Phillips telling the Reform official to stop berating members of the public, Politico reports.
Because they do use language such as fighting age males, which, by the way, I've served the country in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's the language we use against the Taliban when we're fighting the Taliban.
About fighting age males?
No, I'm saying you're raising
Tell me what the racist...
I'll answer
what
your
is
question.
What is racist about
What I'm saying
age
is you're
males?
raising the dial, raising the temperature with that language. I use that language on the ground in Afghanistan when people were shooting at us. You're using it about people who are looking for a better life.
A Reform official told the news site that the row did take place, but insisted that the audience had become abusive against YUSUF first. They claimed that he had become irate because audience members aimed personal and allegedly racist abuse towards him and said the party would be making a complaint. This is the same YUSUF who said that he was threatened by 67-year-old Rupert Lowe. Anyway.
It's absolutely disgraceful.
Okay.
It feeds racism.
So number one,
that's not British values. You do not stand up for Britain.
The only
you
person,
do not like
the only person who's used the word, the only person who has used the word invasion since this programme began was the introducer at the beginning.
I didn't say invasion.
And then the lady in the audience
I
at the
didn't
front.
say invasion.
I'm using the word invasion because over the last 8.5 years, more people have turned up on the beaches illegally, uninvited.
Now listen, as YUSUF does exactly what Labour MP Mike Tapp accused him of doing in the first place, of ramping up the dog whistle racism. But not only that, but with lashings of spurious conjecture.
The majority of the men, the majority of the fighting age men that hate this country, including countries like Afghanistan, Syria, and by the way, that is more people. That is more people, Mike. That is more people than stormed the beaches.
But you will do nothing for this country.
That is more people than stormed the beaches.
Of course, the act of blaming the audience if they don't agree with what you say is something that Reform leader Farage is also happy to apply.
Nigel Farage.
There just seems to be a total lack of comprehension on this panel, and indeed amongst this audience, which is a remarkable audience, even by the left-wing standards of the BBC. I mean, this lot's pretty left-wing.
Hang on a second.
But very interesting.
Hang on a second.
When you talk
Nigel,
about
let
housing,
me just say one thing.
Yeah.
This is an audience that has been carefully chosen, not by the BBC, but by an independent polling organisation to represent the balance between all parties.
It's never a great idea.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Anyway, carry on.
I think it's very interesting.
It's never a great idea to attack the audience, Nigel,
You cannot discuss. The real audience are sitting at home, actually. You cannot discuss.
Hang on.
That's
Let him
fine.
have his say.
No, that's fine.
Click here for some more Reform reprobates.